Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do subscribe down below and click the like button. All that good stuff is massively appreciated as we are on the road to 6,000 subs now. This video has finally been able to be recorded because, let's be honest, EA servers have been an utter mess since Football to come out. This is sort of 2 hours after the promo dropped and it's been a joke. Let's be honest, it has been an utter joke. But this video essentially is me teaching you guys about how I would trade with a promo like Foot Birthday and the way that I do things. So far, it seems to be paying off, so I'm very happy about that. But as always, if you guys want to watch me do this stuff live, click the link down below. Come over to Twitch. We didn't get any trading done on stream tonight because the servers are absolutely messed up. We just did some packs instead. The packs you see on the club right now, you'll see tonight being opened up as part of the League SBC Method to Glory series. Episode 6 will go live tonight. We've had over 20,000 views on that now, which is incredible. So thank you for the support. But yeah, essentially, I was giving EA a lot of praise before the stream started. You know when you were a kid and you've been naughty near your birthday, but on your birthday it sort of got forgotten about because it was your birthday. So I was trying to give them praise, and then 6 o'clock came and all hell broke loose. And the biggest joke of the whole situation was that EA Direct FIFA Communications did not tweet until about 55 minutes after the servers crashed that they were looking into it. To me, that's not good enough. It isn't good enough. But I digress. It is what it is. This video is just to try and get you guys to learn how to work around a market in a promo. Now, the first thing to note with this promo is what I said to you guys in the sort of getting ready for this promo video, which was, number one, simplistically, the special cards are going to drop off. A lot of special cards are going to drop because that's what happens during promos. People sell their promo cards to try the new promo cards, and so then all those new cards come on the market and it sees most of the prices come down. And that's true so far this promo. From what I've seen, a lot of the prices are down, but not all. Neymar, for example, hasn't really done the drop that I thought he would do. He's holding quite steady, probably because he's strong links to Mbappe. But when you trade on a promo, there are things you can trade with, and we're going to go over them all in detail. But as an example, the first one is the players themselves. You can trade with the players themselves. That's the first thing to note. The second one is you can trade with the content that comes out, and that is in terms of, well, I say the second one, you can trade with the player content that comes out. We'll put that as number 2. The player content that comes out. So that can be an SBC, that can be an objective, anything along those lines, okay? The third one is you can trade with the pack content that comes out. And that's twofold. You can trade with the packs themselves that people open up with FIFA points, but more importantly, you can trade with the packs that come onto the market as part of SBCs. First thing we're going to talk about completely first is the players themselves. Now, I'm going to show you what Moussa Sissoko is currently selling for on the market. He is currently at 743 for his cheapest on the market for a Moussa Sissoko, okay? So he's 743,000 coins. So if you were to sell him, you'd make about, give or take, about 705,000 coins would be what you get back basically from selling him. Now if I show you my trade pile, I have 2 Moussa Sissokos. This Moussa Sissoko, I bought at 670k, so I'm already looking at 35,000 coins profit off of him. And this one at 681,000 coins, so I'm looking at 25,000 coins profit so far off him if I was to sell. I'm not going to, I think he still has a rise to come. Now, how did I know to buy into Sissoko? And it's because there's a pattern that is repeated every single time there is an SBC or a promo and packs are open up. Sorry, ignore the SBC point. There's a pattern. What happens is people open them up and they undercut, and then he hits to a really low price, and then people stop opening packs and he climbs. And then people open packs in the next lightning round, he comes down, and then he climbs. And it happens every single promo without fail. I've taken a little bit of a risk. I bought him before 8 o'clock content drop. There's a chance he comes down a bit further, but long term, for me, this Sissoko card doesn't stay where he is right now. The predictions for most people is a 1 million coin card. I don't know if I think he's 1 million coins, but I definitely think he's in and around 800,000 coins. And so what it is, the way you trade with cards like this is by monitoring the market. Be on the game at that time and check what he's doing. So for example, when I was sitting here, I was watching his price come down, and I watched the undercuts, and I watched the undercuts, and I watched the undercuts, and I kept seeing him come down and down and down until I was like, hang on, he's below 600k, like below 700k now, this is too low. So what you want to do is you want to set your price, and let's say, for example, you see 744 here. Now, that one might go quite quickly and get sold, I don't know. But yeah, he's gone straight away. You want to compare price back out, but what you want to do is give it promo drops or cards drops. So for you guys, it's going to be today, on Saturday. See what his price is sat at that moment. So if Sissoko is sat at, I don't know, let's say 700k. He's sat at 700k going into Saturday and content drop and promo drop, right? If he's 700,000 coins, you want to see where he gets down to, and you want to adjust your filter accordingly. come down to 740, 730, whatever it is, and just see how quickly they come off the market. Like I saw a 660 come off the market as soon as it came on. So I was like, well, if he has that much hype around him, these 680 prices here and 670 seem to be fine for me. Nothing popped at 660 again, but I was like, actually, let me take a risk at, give or take again, about 670 was what I got him for, 680. But it was the speed at which it comes off the market, and that is where you start to learn how to make decent coins from these sort of promos. Because you can see, and again, measure him against other cards. So for example, I measured this guy against Kante's, the CDM he's got, 91 rated CDM, right? This is what I measure it him against. Now that Kante card at the moment, if I show you it now, Footbin is a good thing to use here. That Kante card here is 540k. I believe this Sissoko's better. He has more pace, more shooting, more passing, more dribbling, 4 less defending, and 11 more physical. So in my opinion, this Sissoko is a better card. So he's getting down towards this Kante price. I'm like, nah. That's just too low on him. For me, it's just too low. So I bought into him. And that's the way you've got to start thinking. And start thinking, okay, well, what are the cards around him like? What cards can I pick up that are similar to him? And how much do they cost? And if I'm like, I think this Sissoko is 300k better than that Kante, in my opinion. This card is a very well-rounded card. 5-star weak foot for start is insane. It's very, very good. He's got very good pace. Acceleration sprint speed's a bit off, but you can work that out with shadow card on him, which is probably what I would put on this. But he's got decent shooting. Nothing incredible about his shooting, but he's got decent shooting. His passing is very good and well-rounded. His dribbling is very good and well-rounded. Agility and balance are a little bit off, but he's a central midfielder. Ain't that deep. Defending really good, and his physicals are nuts. But the one thing that you've got with Sissoko this year is Sissoko has hype about him. He has a lot of hype about him. But if you haven't got 4 million in your account, and you can't be sitting there going, okay, cool, I'm going to spend 4 million coins on this Sissoko, you can look at the lower end of it. So I picked up some Guerreros. Now I'm going to show you what Guerrero's currently selling for. Now he's not going to make me anywhere near, the gap's not going to be anywhere near what it was on Sissoko. But if we go to Guerrero, let's look at 35. Let's bring this down to, like, I think it's about 50 at the moment. Is he 50 at the moment? Let's have a little look. So he's at 50 here, 45 there. I think that's too good a deal, I'm not going to lie to you. 47, 48. We'll keep the 45. So I've got some Guerreros in my transfer pile that I paid 45 for. Actually, I think I paid 46 for them. The reason why I rate this Guerrero, again, not the fastest in the world, but acceleration, sprint speed are good. You put 100 on him, it's irrelevant. It's an okay card. It's a good card. It's not incredible. But he's got 4-star, 5-star, medium. The reason why I rate him at 45, and again, this is when knowledge comes about. Now, it's a risk. I'm taking a risk here. I am definitely taking a risk. But the reason why I rate him at this is purely because you've got a direct card to link to him to say, well, how much is that card and what is he selling for? And now I want to show you, this Guerrero here is 18k, right? He wasn't 18k earlier on. When I looked at him earlier on, he was a little bit higher. Yeah, so here you go. He was up at 24k, okay? Now this card is miles better. It is miles better. The Guerrero here is miles better. He might not have the pace that this Guerrero specifically here has, but this card is more than capable of playing at cam for someone. It's got ridiculous dribbling, really good dribbling, very well-rounded passing, decent shooting. People will use this card. Do I think he gets to some ridiculous heights? No, not at all. But if he gets up to, again, if he gets to 50k, I've made a couple of k per card. If he gets to 55k, I've made 7k per card. I just think he's too cheap. And that's where I start to think, actually, I'm going to keep monitoring him for the next couple of days. But if I see tonight he got up to 55, I'll sell. I'll be happy with the profit I've made there. But I just think 45 is too cheap on him. 46 I thought was too cheap on him. I might get that one wrong. I may well get that wrong. I may get these completely wrong. But I take risks sometimes. And if they don't pay off, they don't pay off. I'll show you that they haven't paid off. I'm not going to lie to you. But again, I just monitored him and I watched him come down and down and down. And I was watching it snapped up at 46. Now, that one sat there for a little bit at 45. But he was being snapped up very quickly at that price. And I was like, he seems to be a right card. He strong links into like Haaland. He gets a link into Sancho. But obviously Sancho's got a left forward card as well. I just think, again, 45 is too cheap for him. But that's the players, and that's how you monitor it. So now tonight, you've got a market. So you've got a marker point for where they were tonight. Tomorrow you can go, hang on, he's dropped 100k, or he's climbed, and I know I can buy in or whatever. You've got a marker for how you invest in these cards, okay? That's the first thing to note about these cards. But that's trading with the players themselves specifically. I've given you so much detail there. I know it's a lot, but just try to think about that. Now let's talk about the SBCs. So what did we get today? We got an Ozil. And now I couldn't trade with Ozil because I couldn't get onto the servers, but This Ozil card is a very, in my opinion, a very good card. It's not incredible, but it's a very, very good card. But look at him. That's a very well-rounded cam, a very well-rounded like attacking player, full stop. Got good pace, very, very good shooting. Like, it's very well-rounded for a cam, not bad at all. Passing, obviously, for Ozil is insane. Insane, that vision is ridiculous. Short pass, insane. Long pass, great. Dribbling, very, very good for a cam. You probably went a little bit higher on the balance, but you can pump that up. But other than that, composure, brilliant. Dribbling itself is brilliant. Ball control, brilliant. Reaction is brilliant. And he's got good stam. He's got usable stam. So I look at this card and go, well, what hype's it going to be about him? And it's an 85 and 2 team of the weeks and an 85. That's very good. That's not a bad cost at all. I think he's 200k, was it what I saw? Let's have a little look. And again, this is where Footbin becomes your friend, because you can look at Footbin and go, hang on, how much is he going to cost? Is there hype around him? He's 213k on Footbin. I think that's good. And the reason why I think that's good with this card specifically, the reason why I like it so much, again, 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. I really like this promo for the weak foot and skill move upgrades, especially weak foot, because it's been proven to be so strong this year. He can pass with either foot, he can shoot with either foot. He's a very, very, very meta card. Now, when he came out earlier on, Lacazette came to mind straight away. Because Lacazette was sat at 17k, I think he was. Let me have a little look, just to confirm it. But he was sat, I know he was sat at 17k, but the average price might be different on Footbin. Let's have a little look. Yeah, 3 hours ago, according to this, he was 18k. Lacazette. So they haven't updated him, which is weird. I don't know why Footbin haven't updated Lacazette. But Lacazette was at 18,000 coins, okay? Earlier on today. Now, if you go to transfer market, I know right now he's at 22. So if you bought into Lacazette, you made 3,000 coins profit a card. That is a lot of money per card. Now, you're never going to see the spike we saw with mid-icons. You're just not going to see a spike. It's not going to spike in the same way. Is that still there? No, of course he's gone. And that's gone. Cool. He's being brought up. Is the 20 still there? I'd be surprised if that's still there. Yeah, cool. I don't know why it's showing me old. It's so jarring this game sometimes. So no 22s anymore. 22,500. Cool. So number one, you guys know that this Ozil's around for a while. Go and snipe this player. Go and snipe 85s. We'll look at 85s in a second. But Lacazette fit it into because it was Premier League and Arsenal players you needed. So he fits that meta. And you look at the requirements of the card and go, okay, cool, well, what cards have they got? Ozil himself has gone up a little bit in value. But if you've got 200k, for example, and you picked up, I don't know, let's say you spent it on Lacazettes. Let's say you spent your 200k on Lacazettes. You're looking at, what's that, maybe 11 Lacazettes? If you picked up 3,000 coins profit a card from this Lacazette, that's 33,000 coins of profit you picked up in the space of an hour, 2 hours. Chill. Easy. Really, really easy. And I've got a feeling this promo, we're going to see a lot of hyped players with weak foot upgrades, skill move upgrades, and the fodder is going to go mad for it. I think the fodder's going to climb for it because, again, realistically, there's one there for 19. I think I've just missed it, yeah. They're popping up. They're popping up cheap. Like, it's not difficult to get hold of them. I think realistically, he's going up even higher. He's going even higher. That 22,500 is the last one on the market there. He's going to go soon. I think he gets up to 23 tonight. If you can make 33,000 coins off an investment in the space of an hour, easy. You then reinvest that again tomorrow. It's not difficult at all. But you're always looking for the requirements and you're looking for the hype. If we get a random Visca, for example, and he's got 5-star weak foot, but he's in the Turkish league, ain't no one really caring about that. Like, it's not that deep. There's not really any point in buying him. But someone like an Ozil, there's going to be hype around him. His Premier League, he also strong links into Tierney, David Luiz. I was tempted to do him. I was really tempted to do him because I've got Tierney and David Luiz. He was strong link both of them. He'd be a very good cam. 5-star weak foot, exactly what I like in a player. I'm probably not going to do him because I'm more interested in Sissoko. I think I'm way more interested in Sissoko. But this is a good card. It's a very, very good card. Very, very strong. And so that's why, straight away, I got to my boys and I was like, if you're on the game still, buy into Lacazette. Whatever you do, buy into Lacazette. But there's also a requirement here for Premier League. It's not just Lacazette. Now, Fabinho earlier on, I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was 8k. I think on Xbox you can still pick him up for. Which is too cheap for an 85, normally a standard anyway. But Fabinho was, I'm pretty sure Fabinho was in around 8k earlier on. I think it's less than that actually, 7.5k. I'll have a little look. Let's have a little look. I can find out specifically. Yeah, he was 8.5k. No, it was 7. Yeah, 7.5k was what you could pick him up on average. 7.5k was what you could pick up a Fabinho for on average earlier on today. Now, this is where you've got to be careful. And there's been a thing this year with there's a trend with SBC'S. There's always a trend, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. So now this Fabinho, for example, is an 85 rated at 9k. So if you picked him up, you're making 1,000 coins profit a card from where he was earlier on, right? If you could pick him up at that price. Now he's a little bit higher than 9k now. What's he at now? 9.5. Okay, we made more than that. He's at 9.5, 9.9. So you're making about 1.5, 2.5k per card, which is good. But this Fabinho, hang on, what I want to work about this Fabinho is, yeah, it's fine. So this Fabinho, right? If you picked him up at 7.5, you're lucky to. Even if you picked him up at 8k, 8.5k, wherever he was, right? He hasn't really risen masses, and there has been a thing this year, and it's consistent. It's been consistent the whole year round. That the safest investment always is a rating higher, and I don't know why it always is. So when the mid icon came out, PK shot up, the 88 shot up like mad. They did, but the 89s and the 90s went mental. They went absolutely mental, and I think the reason for it, I don't know why it is, but the reason I think for it is people go and buy a rating or two higher and then fill their teams up with 82s, 83 rated or 85s, 86 rated because they're cheap, because they're very cheap at the moment. And so that's where a bit of market knowledge comes in. You can pick up some 83 cards at the moment for 1k. So people are probably thinking, well, if I go and buy 2 Fabinhos, or if I go and buy 2 Lacazettes, for example, for each of the squads, if I go and buy Lacazette for each squad, it covers it off, I can then buy 84s, a few more 84s, rather than buying these 85s. Now, 85s will see a rise because of Ozil, because his SBC required 85 rated cards. But for some reason, one step up, as for some reason this year, it's just been the play. It's been a much stronger play. I can't stress that enough. Fabinho is up. There's no point like sitting there saying he's not. And it's good to invest in him. If he's got hype, invest in him. But I was just stressed that the one rating higher seems to be a rule this year, and just be mindful of that whenever you're buying into fodder. The one rating higher tends to be stronger. However, these players that you want to be investing right now, Fabinho's a great one to go and snipe. Lacazette's a great one to go and snipe. This morning, do it right now. People list them cheap, they just will. It's just how it goes. Go and list them up. Go and buy them, sorry. Go and list them up, make some profit out of them. But that's an easy way. That's how you trade with player SBCs. To sum it up in terms of what you want to look for. Look for league, look for hype, look for requirements, okay? So if it's a major league, chances are there's going to be some hype, especially the Premier League, obviously, because the Premier League is the one that everyone wants in this game. Look for hype around this player. Is there big hype around this player? So let's say theoretically we got, I don't know, trying to think of something, Adama Traore. Let's say we got a Traore. He has had hype all year long. If we got an Adama Traore SBC, everyone would do him. They did. Headliners, when he came out, price spiked on him. Everyone went mental for the headliners Traore. If we got Adama Traore, he would be good. If we got a Visca, like I say, or we got a Tadic, or like a Ziyech, is anyone really caring about that? Not really. Fodder's not really going to spike that much. There'll always be maybe a little jump, but it ain't going to spike enough at all. But that's just to be mindful of those sort of things. Final thing to talk about is the pack SBC. Today's pack SBC probably isn't the best example of this, but it's a decent example nevertheless. When the pack SBCs come out, you can usually always invest hard. You can always invest in them, okay? Now, today's SBC was leagues max 3, players from the same league max 6, players from one club max 3, rare players 5, overall rating 76, team chemistry 85, right? That isn't that great. It isn't that deep either. The reason, what you're really looking for here is players from the same league, max 3. You're looking for players from the same nation, maybe max 3. You're looking for chem rating about 85 higher is fine, to be fair. You're looking for maybe a higher rating. You're looking for leagues max 1 maybe, or looking for leagues like, let's say for example it's a league, let's say it's max 3 from a league. You're looking for sort of max leagues 4. You're looking for having to find strong links. That's what you're looking for realistically. And when that happens, you can invest and make a lot of coins. Last night, we had the SBC that came out. A lot of my guys doubled their coins and their investments in fodder players that they got. Fullbacks and wingers, I know I say it all the time, but fullbacks and wingers are always the play on these SBCs. Again, if you guys want to know about this, come and watch me live on Twitch, because I say it on Twitch and everyone makes loads of coins. But fullbacks and wingers are the play. Right now, for example, like if this was a good SBC, I expect to see players like Zagadou and whatnot rising up, and they haven't gone up at all. But keep an eye on that. The more the requirements, the higher the chem rating, the more the players go up for. And your safest bets are right backs, left backs, right wings, left wings. It's been 8 o'clock now. I just want to go and show you at 8 o'clock what happened with Sissoko, because I'm pretty sure we would have got a lightning round. If I'm not mistaken, let's go to store. Let's go browse packs. Did we get a lightning round? So we did. We got an ultimate pack lightning round, okay? So now I want to go have a little look and see what Sissoko's done, because packing him now, he should have come down in price. And he's almost certainly going to come down in price. So I know now that after last lightning round, he got down to 670 and he bounced back to 750. I now have that knowledge in my locker, right? So this is me showing you guys now how my thought process works. So right now he is, look. So I know I bought well. I know full well I bought well, because he's now 100k more than I bought in, right? And now I know that, and I know that realistically I'm seeing right now his price isn't really been affected by this lightning round. So I know he's only going to go up and up and up. So I'm probably going to hold. I'm probably going to hold my Sissoko's. I think, actually, let's see what he does after this lightning round. But then tomorrow, what happens tomorrow? You follow this trade again. 6 o'clock, see what he does, in my opinion. See where he comes down to. See if he bounces back. 7 o'clock, you can then think, right, I've got my noise from 6 o'clock. 7 I can probably buy in. 8 o'clock I can probably buy in. Use 6 o'clock if you haven't done this before as your marker for the FUT birthday players and go, okay, cool, what am I going to do? But you've just seen on that, before tax, 100k, 90k profit on the 2 cards I've got before tax. It's that simplistic, but you just have to be mindful. You're probably going to take a hit if it's your first time doing it. You may take a hit, you never know. But it's just about being mindful of what the market is doing. How Sissoko reacted? How did he react to the next content drop? Did he go up in price? Did he plummet again? Did he climb up again? Like 760 there, for example. Let's see how long he stays on the market for at 760. I'll then check how long he stayed on for 750. But we've had 11 minutes of this lightning round now. And realistically, he hasn't come down anywhere. If anything, he's gone up 20k. So I know it's a good buy. And again, it's about the 760 is now gone. So I now know, actually, it's come up at 760. So if anyone lists him any lower than that tonight, I can be like, well, people were buying him yesterday at 760. There's a chance that he makes me coin. 760 again there. He probably comes off the market. Last thing to remember these players is you can bid. Do not forget, you can bid on these players. It's a really effective method. Bid on the players. Do not miss out on bidding because you can make very, very good profit from bidding. I cannot stress that enough. But lads, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully that's given you guys a real sort of insight into how I trade with promos, how you can make quite a lot of coins. You've just seen me make probably 150,000 coins off of 2 Sissokos alone. But if you are new around here, like I say, subscribe down below, click the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I will speak to you soon.